Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with Matt, Adam, Brian, Doug, and Freddy, where they discuss everything that matters in today's fire service. Now let's get to the show.
We put her outside, she just comes right back in. I'm like, what the hell?
Dude, we opened the car door. I can't imagine why the cat came in the car. We only have 10 pounds of cat food and tons of treats.
We've never had a cat.
Catnip, the whole thing.
We wanted a barn cat to stay outside, catch mice, and keep the barn clean and keep, rodents off the property.
You're the type of person who doesn't even know you have cat food in your car, and you have cat food in your car.
I've never had cat food in my car.
I doubt it.
Ever.
Hey, did y'all know that Kenny wrote the foreword of this thing?
I didn't.
Welcome.
I told you guys I'm going to tell the world. Meet my blind dog, Clover.
Oh my
Matt
God.
Matt told her to open her eyes. She doesn't have eyes.
Dude,
this
really?
Is poor Clover. She's available for adoption through the Richmond Animal League. She
I didn't
came to
know you
us
hit record
with bad eyes. She had some kind of infection in both her eyes, so they removed them both. And Matt thought she should open her eyes. She literally cannot. There goes the cat again. This thing is off the rails. You got to go, cat. Clover's available for adoption through the Richmond Animal League. Call Isabel and hook it up. Okay.
All right. This isn't
Doug
the
gave the
ASPCA.
dog
Okay.
pink eye. Real bad kiss, pink eye.
So we're gonna have Sarah McLachlan.
I am gonna put some of those little googly eyes on her so she walks around and make a. I'm gonna do that.
Freak out
for
though.
only $3 a month. You can sponsor one of Doug's animals.
Please God, because my feed bill is outrageous.
Oh my God, we're gonna talk about Patreon in here in a second. Oh my God.
Yeah, I need a Patreon for my farm.
That sounds like a personal problem. Why has the last few podcasts, the beginning, like the first 9.5 minutes have been just off the rails? Why is that?
I don't know.
Riddle me this, Batman. Welcome back to the Cool Fireman Podcast. Today you have Brian and Doug, but we have a special guest today. Special guest. He might look like Unkie, but today he is Adam McCoy, author. Author. Huh?
No, I'm just full of hot air.
Esteemed author.
Esteemed author of Stepping Up and Stepping Out.
That's right.
Okay.
The hardest fire you'll fight is behind your own front door.
Yeah. So we have a special guest, Adam McCoy, on with us. But of course, just like any other podcast, we're going to do some housekeeping. We have some fun stuff to talk about, and it's actually become my most fun segment of this podcast because I feel like it's when we have the most fun. Let me pull up my notes, folks. Happy gosh darn holidays. Okay. And I'm not being PC. I'm not saying Merry Christmas today because it is the first day of Hanukkah today. All right. Light that candle.
Yes,
Light that candle. And it's either Hanukkah or Chanukah. Please, a call to action. Let us know how you pronounce it. Or is it Hanukkah? All right. You do a little hack to you. Do you? So, no, watch
We
it.
should have some Adam Sandler playing right now.
I know. We should.
The Festival of Lights.
Yeah. How did the beginning go? Anyways, first day of Hanukkah to all the people that celebrate Hanukkah. This is the first day. So, Merry Hanukkah. I just don't do Hanukkah, so I don't even know what to say. But I just want to make sure that we acknowledged it. What do you think about
Merry
that?
Chrysler.
Exactly. So, light that first candle of the menorah tonight and enjoy the holidays with your families. Fill the boot. We are going to do another virtual Fill the Boot. It'll be in January, the beginning of 2026. Look out for it. We don't have a date yet. And we will let you all know on the podcast, and we will also let you know on social medias. Mostly the Instagram is probably the best place, but we'll also try to put it somehow in TikTok. And so Fill the Boot, we have done twice. Well, no, we did one Fill the Boot. We did one fundraiser with Taylor's Tins. So the Fill the Boot was very successful, like $2,200 or $2,500 we did to the Red Cross. And then Taylor's Tins, we gave $600 to the First Responders Children's Foundation. So we're going to be looking for charity to help out. It might be the First Responders Children Foundation again. I don't know. We'll see. But look out for that. That was a super fun day, and I can't wait to do that again. So we're going to do that in January.
I might do it from my hot tub. I'll be sitting in the hot tub chilling on live video.
Oh,
in one of Brian's swimsuits
Get
from
it.
Brian's line.
I think that's like
Get
an
it.
OnlyFans type thing or something like that. No?
Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Yeah, Doug wants to do his own Patreon. That's a good segue into the next segment of housekeeping is Patreon. So we're reaching out to our loyal listeners, and I want to ask you: is there anything that you guys can think of that we can do a little extra for our loyal listeners for the measly price of around $5 a month? We're just looking for ways to expand our reach, and none of that money that we raise from Patreon would go to our back pockets, at least at the beginning. Depending on, I don't want to make any promises, but it's mostly just for reach, to put back in and get more views and get our podcast out there. We'd like to really try to start doing that in 2026. We have some exciting things that are planned for 2026 already. And so that should expand our reach as well. But this is kind of one way that we've thought that you could possibly help out. And we do have our merch store. So the merch store is open. We have some mugs and some, koozies and coasters and all that, whatever you call it, shot glass and a t-shirt and a sweatshirt hoodie. So you can support us that way. But if you're looking for ways to support the podcast, we're possibly thinking about throwing out a Patreon. And just to kind of expand the reach of the Cool Fireman Podcast community. So what do you think? Is there can we do extra clips? Can we do like a subscriber only live, like on TikTok or Instagram? And then one thing we were thinking about is doing a raffle. Every month we do a raffle, and only subscribers to Patreon are allowed in. And we just do a wheel of names, and whoever gets chosen, you can win once for the year or something. And we give out some burn box stuff, some stickers, Cool Fireman Podcast merch. I think that'd be kind of fun. So if you'd be interested, please send us either a DM or respond on one of our Instagram or TikTok clips, or you can reach us at the Cool Fireman Podcast at gmail.com, or respond on like Spotify or YouTube, whatever you listen on. So that's that. Sponsors, Unkie's Seasoning. Unkie's Seasoning. Go to unkieseasoning.com for your seasoning needs, because he's got it all. He's got the Cajun. He's got the Elizabeth salt. He's got, the Fire Marshal, which is my favorite, and all that good stuff. So follow Unkie on Instagram and all the social medias, Unkie Seasoning, and also go to unkieseasoning.com and buy yourself some seasonings. Here's a promo.
From the firehouse to your house, Unkie's Seasoning packs bold, firehouse-tested flavor into every meal. Whether you're grilling, roasting, or just sprinkling it on your favorite snacks, our blends turn everyday eats into unforgettable bites. Pick your flavor, shake it on, and taste why it's Firehouse approved. Go to unkieseasoning.com.
All right, so that is seasoning from Unkie's. Also, Tom from the Burn Box. Boy, do we love Tom. Boy, do we love the Burn Box. Just got the Burn Box. You get a cool t-shirt. Usually get some American Fire Brigade stickers or Black Smoke stickers or Notorious Fire stickers. What?
I want to circle back to Black Smoke in a little while. Maybe off the air.
Oh, he's circling around, folks.
Put a pin in that.
Put a pin in it. But yeah, Tom sent out his
Brian's
Burn
got
Box.
Brian's showing off some of his Burn Box stuff right now.
Little mini spanners.
Little Modus.
Could have used these
little
today.
mini spanners.
Had them right here in the studio, but could have used them today.
Is it Modus or Motis? I don't know. Very good. Yeah, so Tom of the Burn Box, a little promo.
Brought to you by the Burn Box, the #1 firefighter subscription box. The Burn Box celebrates firefighter products and firefighter-owned and operated businesses. Start today and receive a monthly box of firefighter apparel, gear, and tools. Check them out at theburnbox.com.
Very good. I love you, Tom. That's good stuff. We love our Burn Box. All right, folks.
And we are planning our FDIC 26 trip with Tom right now. I cannot freaking wait, dude. It's going to be so rad. I just stole that word from you. I've never used that word in my life. I take that back. I lived through the 80s and 90s. I've used that word.
I'm rubbing off on you, aren't I?
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so awesome. And we're going to smash what we did last year sales-wise. I can't wait.
Dang. I love it.
Maybe.
He better bring enough product because we're just going to sell out of it. So that's going to be fun. All right. Last but very not least, very serious. Moment of silence. We have a couple of personal, not super, super personal, but definitely close enough to have an effect on the boys here at the podcast. Brian, you sent us some stuff earlier about the Saranac Fire Department. Is that how you say it? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that.
Yes, I think that's how you pronounce it.
If it's in Carolina, it's probably weird.
No, it's not. We had a fan who we met at FDIC, and trying to get it pulled up on Instagram. This is Lyle. Y'all remember Lyle? Lyle, we also did the video with Lyle. He had the challenge coins and the cool things that his father-in-law made for us. So he messaged me on Instagram. You got it. Yep, there. I was going to say it's right up there. So he messaged me on Instagram today, and I'm so glad I was able to look at it. Y'all know the day that I have had at work, and it's been a day. But anyways, he said, "Hey Brian, I don't usually do this, but could you guys do a moment of silence on the podcast? We lost a brother last night due to cancer, a 30-year member of Saranac Fire Department. That would be well appreciated. Thanks." He didn't give me the name. But Lyle, we're thinking of y'all. Anytime you lose a brother for whatever reason, it's got to be tough. So thinking of y'all. Sorry about that. The dog squeaky toys.
Wow. They're really going to town there during the moment of silence. Saranac. And then didn't you have something else, Brian?
Yeah, I did. So way back when, several years ago, I met a guy by the name of Red McKimmy. Red McKimmy was a retired deputy chief from Camp Lejeune Fire Department. And while I was getting my instructor certification, he was one of the regional community college coordinators. So he kind of oversaw all the community colleges in the region. So imagine you have this retired Marine who then was a deputy chief at a DOD installation who's in the back of the room, and he's grading you as an instructor. And I would see him all the time come to the fire station and visit with my fire chief. So here I am 2-3 years on the job, and this is the guy in the back of the room assessing me. And come to find out, I would see him again around the station, and he was just a cool, approachable guy. You take all of those things off, he was just a regular dude. And years later, my wife and I had gotten married, and I found out that a friend of ours from church and some church members, that was actually his dad. And he recently passed after an illness. Huge in the Boy Scouts of just mentoring and growing our young adults. And he wanted one thing. He wanted to leave it better than he found it. And so he recently passed. And so I want to give a special shout out to him, Red McKimmy.
All right. Thanks, Brian. I randomly came across Instagram post. So we follow a lot of fire departments, of course, on the podcast Instagram. And I had run across Porterville Fire Department, and they had a fire yesterday at 11:18 p.m. It was a residential structure fire. They arrived, encountered significant fire involvement, immediately initiated coordinated fire attack, search, and everything else, right? They found 5 people. It was 1 adult and 4 kids. And despite, the fact that they got them out, all 5 of them ended up passing away. So I'm sure this is a terrible day for the Porterville Fire Department, even though, this isn't a loss of a first responder or a firefighter. We talk a lot on this podcast about mental health and, the things that we see on a day-to-day basis. And I read this, something, God, whatever, call it whatever, told me to read this story, and I read it. And my heart goes out to not only the family members of the deceased, but the firefighters that, tried, I'm sure, valiantly to help them and get them out of that house. And, all of us have probably been a part of a scene like that. And that's just, not fun. There's nothing good about it. Twice. Yeah. Doug says twice. And I hope that they do post-incident stress debriefing and those guys get the help that they need. We are here for you here at the podcast. This is not, this is by God's grace, I saw this, and it's in California. It's a terrible story. We're here. We're thinking about you. There might even be more than that out in the country. I'm sure there is. This is the one that we saw. And so our hearts are with you, and to the people that Brian, that you said, and also to all the folks at Porterville and the family members of those that they lost. We want to do a moment of silence for them on this Monday. All right, well said. Thanks, guys. All right. We need to stop doing the moment of silence right before we get into the actual topic. All right. Today, Adam McCoy.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Unkie. What's up, dude?
What is going on, guys? Ricky, I did it.
We still don't know what that means, but so we got
okay.
Adam
Ricky
here.
Does.
And we're treating Adam as a special guest today rather than a co-host of the Cool Fireman Podcast because he needs special recognition. And Adam has written a book. Put that book up there. Stepping Up and Stepping Out. Or not and. It's just stepping up, stepping out, right?
Yep.
Stepping up. Yeah.
Stepping out.
So first and foremost, Adam, I want to know. The number one question I want to know is just what inspired you to write the book in the first place? Like, what was it?
Well, I'll know this will mess up a line of questions. What inspired me to write it, and I even talked to Matt and even Brian about it when I started it, where I was kind of halfway through it. I was just doing like, what's it, the words where I'm looking for? Self-reflection. And then I just started into writing my stories, started to get out years of stories and weight off my chest. And I told you all countless times, I was like, I never really didn't know if I wanted to publish it or not. But as I started writing it and getting these stories and the weight off my chest, it just was so therapeutic. And I felt so much better the next day that I kept writing. And then I kept rewriting it. Then I would stop for a couple of days and go back over it. And then it turned into some questions like the end of these little short chapters, like a little workbook to it. And it was just turning into, I was creating a guidebook for myself as I'm still learning this because I don't have all this figured out. I still don't have my life figured out. I'm still working on everything. Nothing's perfect, but I'm doing my best to continue to step up and show and be there and stepping out of old habits, bad habits that didn't work out so well for me in my past as I talk about it. So it's kind of a part memoir, part workbook, and it just kind of kept growing. I kept rewriting it, and talking to Matt about it. I talked to Jeremy about it, Brian. I talked to Kenny Mitchell, which wrote the foreword from Operation Yellow Tape. I talked to him a lot about it. And it just kept evolving. And I even worked with my therapist on it. So
Nice.
that was the coolest part. So
Nice.
she's been my therapist, goodness gracious, a very long time. Probably like 7 years or something like that. So, and she's such a piece and she was really helpful.
Yeah.
So I just kind of self-reflection and it just kept evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you could, what's the mantra again? So it's stepping out. And you said that the hardest fight is the one behind your door. Is that, I don't want
the hardest fire you'll ever fight is the one behind your front door.
Okay. And so that's kind of the moral of the story, right? I mean, this is like
I found that a lot of people will say in the mental health speaking area, like Kenny Mitchell, a lot of people either talk about the firehouse or kind of like almost spousal relationships and stuff, but nobody talks about the transitioning, over from coming from the firehouse to coming into your own house. And about debriefing. A lot of times it's just, your wife's been dealing with the kids for 72 hours and then you walk in the door like I would get the death stare and I'll say, good morning. Then she's gone. And I'm just like looking for her. She's dumped the kids on me and moved on. And the kids are going nuts. I have no idea what's going on. And so, I just kind of little tips and tricks, just what happens in my life that I work with and that I continue to try to evolve in my life.
Love it. It's awesome.
I got a question for you.
Jiminy Christmas.
It was Kenny Mitchell.
That seemed really loud. Was that me?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how that happened.
Hold on. Before you ask, we're going to let Freddy in. Actually, Freddy wants to come in and join the podcast for this episode. Hold on. Stand by. Everybody.
I just unmuted. Was it me making them? I shouldn't have been.
Probably.
I wasn't making noise, though. I was quiet.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
I think it got loud.
Whatever that noise is. Whoever just did that.
It's the dog.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
blind dog.
Doug, hit mute. Yes, it's you.
Yes, that's 100% you.
Trash
The blind
all over.
It's the blind dog wagging its tail.
Dude. Freddie just came in and was like, yep, just another day at the office.
Welcome, Fred.
Fred, to get you up to date, Doug showed us his brand new blind dog, and Matt made fun of it. He's like, why didn't the dog open his eyes? And Doug's like, didn't you hear me tell the story? The dog's blind.
Bro.
Doug farted in his face and gave it a bad case of pink eye, and they had to take the eyeballs out.
Not just blind, literally has no eyeballs, sewn shut, everything.
It looks like that high dog.
Freddy's like, nice.
Oh, I can't wait to screen capture that.
This poor dog, dude.
always
It's such a
got squinty
sweet
eyes.
dog.
Yeah, you say that now.
Shut up. I just said open it. Why doesn't it open its eye? I didn't know it didn't have eyeballs. God darn.
No eyeballs.
All right. Welcome, Freddie. We're having a passionate conversation with Adam. Yes, we were doing a good job.
Yep. And I'm trying to get this question out before my dog starts squeaking his tail.
All right, get it out.
Okay. The question is...
Okay. So going back to that, like with the whole therapist, you're talking, you're getting things off of your chest. At what point did you finally decide to say, I'm going to publish it? Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that leap and go from it being something that's about me to being about something that could help somebody else. And how did you realize that?
From talking to people that I was getting people to review the book. I had my captain I've come real close with in the past year. He reviewed it. Constantly going back and forth with Kenny, talking to my therapist. She was proofreading it. I was getting her to double check it. I was like, I want to make sure I'm not putting no bad information. And of course, me the best. I want to make sure that, I stay on task. So just chit chatting back from there and, getting encouragement from them. But like, why don't you publish it and everything? And I hemmed and hawed, I think talking to Matt and Jeremy about it. It's just, I wouldn't say, I was kind of shy about it. I don't know why, but then I was talking to Kenny and Jeremy, I realized like there's a lot of people like me. There's the average run of the mill guys, none of the hard chargers, everybody a lot of people that do books and talking and leadership stuff. They're all talking from the top of the mountain. I have everything accomplished. You should be like me. I'm at the bottom of the mountain, man, where all the stories are. I don't have it all figured out. And I'll talk about it in the very beginning of the book. I give a somewhat detailed outline of my life in the past 20 years. I don't have it all figured out. I know there's a lot of people that don't either. And I've read a lot of self-help and books like that just talk to you, like almost down to you. I was like, I just don't like that. I was like, there's just, I think my voice is a little bit different. And especially on some things I talk about throughout the book. Like, I've just never heard anybody talk about certain things.
No, and I think that's a good example, because I know you and I had talked about how like there's a section in there that talks about your weight and on the job. You want to talk a little bit about that, about how you're kind of vulnerable about how that is and how hard it is to share some of those stories?
The weight of the stories. I'm like,
Yeah, what do you mean?
wait.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm always been fat. I was like, I don't talk about being fat in the book.
Yeah.
Well, you got big jokes?
That's what I mean. Like the weight of those things of your life on the job. I'm sorry, I didn't tee that up correctly in the way I was saying.
I was like,
I thought that you were talking about
my fat.
No.
Okay.
About your weight, like as in the weight of all those years that you're carrying and things like that.
Okay, say
I think I was thinking about part 2 of the question when I was saying it, which is not uncommon for me. I'm sorry.
Yikes.
All right, so say the question one more time, and I won't think it's a fat joke.
Can you explain why you
I'm saying like
are not 5'7", 180, and ripped? That's what he wants to know.
So you talk about in there about the weight of the job on you,
yes,
and how hard it is to talk about that. And be vulnerable about that because we are in a very masculine job where it's not okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
And kind of, just talk about that a little bit, because like you said, you come home, you're
suck it up, Buttercup.
You're just supposed to come home, take the kids, and the wife's supposed to be able to go and do her thing, right?
I would have said more like the gravity of it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
His gravity's like the moon.
Yes, I have my own solar system. So yeah, the weight of it, it's and of course my situation is different. All 5 of us, we all have something different we bring to the table, and my line of work, we're not, FDNY, we're not Bay City Dog, we're not pulling bodies and saving, kissing the ladies, saving babies all day long, which I'm fine with because, that's when those people are having bad days. I don't wish bad days amongst people. And so I just, everybody's department is a little different. So we're not as busy, but we're at the firehouse a lot, and that just takes a huge toll. It's gotten better to manage it, especially I'm a new station. I got plenty of projects and a great group of sailors that I work along with. But it really has this voice is taking off a lot of weight, just kind of explaining it and just getting out in the opening. It was a little bit more like the next level past talking to a therapist.
I just want to interject real quick. You said you're not Big City Doug. I'm just a paramedic who runs kitchen fires sometimes, man. What?
See,
man?
My department, out of our 3 districts, we get one big fire, and we don't know who's going to get it.
I don't know.
Was it only when I unmuted?
I think so, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to leave it on then.
There you go. However you're talking
it's
right
the
now.
game.
All right, I'm leaving it on.
You're a man.
Your dogs are quiet.
I love you more than anything.
Just a big burly man with a deep voice.
I know. People are going to need new speakers in their car because they're driving to work and they just blew them out. Adam, talk to us about Chapter 6.
Chapter 6.
Talk to us about Chapter 6.
The Chamber of Secrets.
That's 36 chambers, buddy. That's later on. What's it called? Forgive me because when I finished writing this, it's been a while since. So the Chapter 6, the highlights is it's the fire next door. It's really the parking lot talk. We all have been to a call. There's always that one cat that it hits a little bit harder with. And I wrote a little bit about this one gentleman that I work with. He came back from a bad car accident. Some mangled people, not very well. And it hit him very hard. He was months. I wouldn't say 6 months on the job. And it hit him hard. And you can tell he wasn't doing very well. He didn't want to talk about it. So I just sat there with him. And that really helped him out and helped him open up to me, the next couple of days. And he ended up leaving the department and went on to something else. But because of that call, it was a little too much for him. But a lot of people have resonated with that just I don't know. That's that there's always either they see themselves as that quiet firefighter, or they know somebody that always has been messed up by a call or incident or has a problem that don't want to talk, but you're there for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
And most of the time, that's all you need. You just need somebody that can relate and just
sit with me.
It doesn't have to be a conversation all the time. It can just, hey man, just keep me company, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And usually the conversation will start, and it doesn't have to be about the incident, just some kind of conversation,
Yeah. I have no problem sitting down with somebody and so you want to talk baseball? Let's talk about the Atlanta Orioles. I mean, I'll sit there right beside you.
Whoa.
And the Seattle Tigers.
Smoking
We'll sit there and talk about it. I don't know nothing about baseball, but I'll sit there and talk to you about it.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough calls are tough, but it's nice to. It sounds stupid, but it's
that sounded really dumb.
Shut up. They're tough to handle sometimes. It's like unless you can, like what you're saying. You talk to somebody about it, get it off your chest. But we were just talking about it at work yesterday, and we ran a call right on Coast Highway, and there's this guy who just lost himself, and he just literally pulled his drawers down and just diarrhea everywhere. And so we get there, and there's
I was going to say, are we talking the incident, the individual involved in this incident, or a fireman?
No. Yeah, no. Ricky wasn't making dinner, and
sorry, boss, I got the bubble guts.
Yeah, no, this was a call, and we get there, and there's just diarrhea everywhere, right? And so we were driving by yesterday morning, because this has happened like last week, and people were walking on the sidewalk, and we're like, those people have no idea what was there. It was just like just like 3 gallons of just cottage cheese, peanut butter. Just diarrhea. It was nasty. And
sounds like you stared at it for a long time.
But what it brought up was a conversation about, like things that are more
healthy,
critical. And those, where I work, we have a lot of tourism, and people are on vacation mode. They have vacation brain, and we yell at people all the time, get out of the street. And they'll stand on the corner of the street waiting for the little white person to tell them they can walk across the crosswalk, and they'll stand in the street and it's like, hey, get out of the street, you little, you got vacation brain. But they'll get trawled off. I mean, and we get these nasty calls where they get launched out of their shoes and they're 100 yards down the highway. And so those are the calls that diarrhea call I brought up, that kind of brought up these more critical calls that it's like we drive down that street to go home. And it's just normal everyday stuff. People are walking their dogs. People are drinking coffee. People are eating, breakfast. Meanwhile, we're looking at that crosswalk that these people are right there near. And we're like, we know what happened at 2 a.m. And there was a guy guppy breathing in the middle of the street that knocked his shoes off, and he was 100 feet from the crosswalk, and those are tough conversations. Those are tough things to see. So those types of conversations that you can have with people. And we talk about mental health a lot on this podcast, and I think that's what you're talking about. I think, right? Am I kind of hitting that?
Yes, you are.
You're hitting.
I want to ask some questions. So if you were watching, you saw my head was down because I wanted to go to some of these little pages. I love these 1 and 2 sentence standalone. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm trying to look at my screen and there at the same time. I want to read a couple of these if I can, Adam.
Okay. Yes.
And then ask you to kind of think and maybe explain the rationale or kind of what you were thinking when you wrote these. Because these one-liners, like for someone like me who struggles to sit and read a whole book, these one little page, 1 or 2 sentences hit different. Okay. The first 4 minutes at home matter more than the next 4 hours. Okay.
I absolutely
Toughness
love that
gets
one.
you, huh?
I absolutely love that one.
You love that one, right? Toughness gets you through a shift. Truth gets you through life. These are like little nuggets, right? Some fires don't need water. They need honesty.
Whoa.
Golden.
That's belly button deep right there.
That is golden, right?
And I got a deep belly button, boy.
We all fight the fire differently, but the smoke finds us the same. that. Like some of these are just so different. So tell me about the rationale and the thought process of these little one-liners, and what was the purpose of those in those books?
It just kind of highlights almost like a whole paragraph or even a chapter that I wrote about. The first 4 minutes at home matter more than the next 4 hours. I actually learned that, and something I implemented in my house. When you come through the front door, you just need 4 minutes, which my wife said to her, like I said, walking by and just dumping the day on me. She just asked me how I'm doing, all the positive stuff. Then she, gave me 4 minutes of setting that tone for the day. How are you doing? How was your day? What's going on? How, little small chit chat in the middle. Then you can go, okay, that child has crapped herself. That one has peed. That one has done this. Okay, then we can go on the day. It's all about setting the tone. The first, give me 4 minutes and I will set my tone for the day. Because you drop a whole bunch of crap off in my lap as soon as I walk in the door, this is going to be a terrible day. I'm going to be sitting there going, why did I even come home today? I should have just worked overtime. Which I say that in the book.
Because you really just don't know how to. Well, you've got your own last 24, 36 hours to deal with, right? And I think that's the common misconception. And if you follow the Salty Paramedic, that's the beauty of kind of his little comedy stuff. He talks about the perception of what's at the firehouse versus reality for some instances. Granted, there are some times, but then there's other times. But if you assume when you walk in that it's all been, just the easy cakewalk, then that sets you up for,
failure for the day.
Yeah.
Because when I get off work, I got an hour and 20 minutes drive home. I'm fine, decompressing, but it takes me almost a whole day to really get fully back into home mode. And I'm only at the house for a lot of times for 20 hours. So I have to push myself through that mood and through the changes and kind of speed up and shift gears a little bit faster into home life. And it's a lot easier when I get those 4 minutes. It makes the transition smoother into it, the day. I have a plan because my ADHD and OCD, I come in, I have a plan. I'm going to do this, and this. I expect this to be done by, when I get home. Like the girls should be at daycare. I'm working at the door. It's 9 o'clock. I expect them to be at daycare by 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's 9:30. I'm walking through the door, and they just got up screaming. And I have a list of things I got to do, and my whole day just kind of falls apart. And so I've been working on the transition. I don't have it down pat. I still keep working on it. Still try to step up, be there for my family.
My wife has gotten really good at when I get, like Adam, I have a 55 minute drive home. I have a pretty good drive home. So I have a little time to decompress, but she's gotten really good at, even after I get home, as much as we talk during the day, she'd always ask me, how was your night? How was your day? What kind of day did you have yesterday? What kind of shift did you have? So she kind of uses that to judge, all right, how much can I ask of him today? What is his bandwidth today?
Yeah.
And like you said, the first day, it's pretty much recuperating and trying to refocus my brain into home life. The second day is usually the day, and she knows this, and I tell her this all the time. B shift day is when you're going to get the most out of me. I need A shift to get my shit together, focus my mind, get back to civilian life, and get back to, all right, I've got priorities at home and things I need to do at home, and I'm in the middle of a mudroom redo right now, but B shift, she knows, is going to be my most productive day.
Yep.
Which is my second day off.
I want to ask one more question. I had some questions that I wanted to get through. And you said you're working on things. And that was one of the questions that it was a good segue. I'll use that word again today in the show. You have a workbook section in the book. And so as you talk about the things that you're working on, you give the opportunity for the readers to work on things themselves. So tell the listeners a little bit about the workbook piece of this, and then what is something that people can work on right now, even without the book? What can they do right now?
Okay. At the end of each, in every chapter, in a certain segments, there's little workbook, little questions to ask you, and a little space you can write down stuff to help push you. And it's like I said, when I originally wrote it for me, and now I'm sharing it with everybody. It's still a workbook that I do every day. I try to do every day. But I hope it just helps people like step out of, bad habits. It asks you questions about what's problems in your house. Is there a true brotherhood? Who's somebody you can really count on in your life? The life size up questions. They really ask like, what's the real problem and what needs to happen next? It works in the firehouse, at your house, with personal struggles, slows things down and resets your thinking. I feel like right now I need that. My mind's going a little faster than my mouth. So,
Adam.
Yeah. I know.
I agree with that.
Now Matt's like way loud.
Oh, I am sorry.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm speaking very low. So, oh my gosh, Doug, just you're on mute. My goodness gracious.
Sydney is
No,
under the desk.
just put it on mute.
She's bothering me because she wants to go to bed. She just knocked the charger out of the wall.
So when we had Greg on and we were talking about mental health stuff, and even Kenny, I talked to my chief afterwards, and he listened to our podcast, and he had one thing. He goes, I love everything that they're saying, and it's all very relevant, and it's all stuff that we need to continue the conversation with. And this is all stuff that your book covers, right? And so like the question that I have is like, what do you wish that someone would have told you early in your career? Because so we have ambulance operators, and I was part of the academy we just had.
Ambulance operators.
Wow. You're amazing. I'm going to strangle you.
Doug calls them MTBs.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Big setting Doug over there. Shut up. No,
I'm
don't
just a
give me that face.
paramedic, man. I'm just a paramedic.
So we were in the academy and we were teaching these kids like, hey, like this is what we do and all this stuff. But I brought up, we had this lady there, Heather Williams. She talked about, mental health awareness, and like we're trying to start at the beginning of their career. And so like this works into this question perfectly, because it didn't happen back then. Like we didn't talk about mental health awareness to rookies. And we're going to try to start changing that culture in our department. I don't know about big city. I mean, I know you guys can handle a lot. I'm just kidding you. I'm just kidding. But so like, what is it? Like, what would you, what, if somebody if you could take some advice, from somebody early in your career, what would it be?
I got a lot of advice when I was young I put it, as I said in the book, my unofficial mentor. He taught me, who to look out for, what their motives were, and told me how to shine. He gave me a lot of inside tips, which is like, we'll say it's bad for the culture, bad for the brotherhood. It's to look out for yourself more, because there's a good amount of people that will take advantage of you, to screw you over. And you got to understand who those people are. They're not everybody. There's a few in every crowd. But I believe like 100% in the brotherhood. Everybody's working together. And then I found out people were just stepping on my back to move up and move forward and get on other trucks and stuff like that. Other advice, gosh, man. Take care of your family, man. One thing I preach right now is, your legacy does matter, but it's not the fire department one. Nobody, all y'all can probably relate to it. I know in my department, all the ones we talk about were the jerks. All the good ones, all the positive guys, we very rarely talk about. It's the really mean guys, the jerks. They're the ones that have a fire department legacy because they're jerks. And those doors are going to go up and the engine's still going to go on that call. And your legacy is with your family. That's the legacy that you leave behind is with your family, not your fire department family. Your husband, with your wife, your husband, your kids. That's what really matters. And I wish I really focused more on that. In a sense, I'm glad I didn't, because where I'm at today with my lovely wife, my second wife, I'm very happy with. But got married too young. It was advice I was given. Didn't take it. And all that advice about that I was given. I was like, no, I don't believe you. He's like, somebody told me that too. All about this, that, and other thing. And you'll start preaching it once you become the older guy. You'll be saying, don't rush to get married. Enjoy yourself, So
how do we not let this be the cycle of poo? You know what I mean? I mean, this has been the tale as old as time. It has. And it's more talked about. It's more spoken about now, nowadays, like, vulnerability in the fire service is coming around. It's not such a stigma to talk about your feelings and to get help and go to a therapist. They never did that back then. I mean, not that I know of. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, old people, guys that are retired. Did you go to a therapist and talk about your feelings? I don't think you did, but yeah. I mean, not from what I was told when I was a rookie fireman, I mean, it was basically like, they never said this, but it's like, throw some dirt on it. And I'll add this to your conversation, Adam. I talked about this with Greg today on the different podcasts I'm on. And I talked about, Kelsey and I had a conversation about emotional burden. Mm-hmm. And I was driving home from work today and in the silence, I didn't have anything on for like half. And then I actually turned our podcast on for the second half, but for the first half, it was silent. And I thought about what she was talking about. A couple nights ago, we had a discussion about emotional burden and how she feels very burdened at home with a lot of stuff. She works a full-time job. She has the kids. She has to do lunches. And even when I'm off, I'm not 100%. I'm just telling you, it sounds like friggin' freight train.
Well, my microphone is amazing. I don't know what to tell you.
It is so good. You must have bought the best one.
That stash.
You just hate that.
And so she talks about emotional burden, right? And I've figured while I was driving home in the silence that I have taken on a lot of emotional burden at work, and there's only so much that you can take, and it's all out of ego and pride. And I've been new to my relationship with God. I've told you this, and how having pride, like, that's not a good thing. Right. And that is I'm basically comparing myself against other people. I'm doing the same job, but want to do it better. Right. I've added all these things to my workload at work just to make myself look better, and not intentionally, to be honest. I want to be perfectly honest with you. Like, it's not intentional. It's just, I want to help out, but I do get a good feeling from that, but that's prideful. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so when Kelsey tells me this, and this is just a direct reflection of this conversation come from your book, Adam, and nothing more. And it's, she tells me this and I'm like, God dang, like, you're right. My emotional burden at work is here and I don't have much more to give. We talk about bandwidth, boys, right? Everybody's got second jobs and full-time jobs and wives that have jobs and all this kind of stuff. There's only so much we can give. And it's like, we talk about work-life balance, and I never thought about it like this, but emotional burden. And what your wife has to take because I take too much at work and I don't have as much to give at home. Yeah. And that's maybe what you're talking about a little bit. And your wife is not to blame, right? Mm. And we've talked to Audra, and Chelsea from what used to be the Dear Chiefs podcast. Now they kind of have their own things going, and the Fire Wife Life. And that's why I told my wife, I'm like, that's why, man, in public, I want to praise you so much, because your job at home is just as much, if not more, than what we do at work, man.
Yeah.
And they just don't get the praise. We get the accolades. Oh, Matt's an engineer. Oh, Matt's a captain. Matt got firefighter of the year. Matt got this, that, and the other. And she has to come and pin my badge and just, she is what it is. Like, she's just the wife at home taking care of the business, you know? And so it's crazy.
But the great thing about, you being married or relationships is you don't have to carry everything alone. You really need to talk to your partner in life, at home, and your partner. We all got station wives. Talk with your partner at the fire station. You don't have to carry everything alone. Asking for help doesn't make you weak, and being a good firefighter doesn't mean you have to sit there and be silent. And just take everything and just let it build up. It's okay to go out there and ask for help. It's okay not to be perfect. Yeah. It's okay not to be a perfect firefighter. It's not okay to be a perfect husband, or friend. You can't. Nobody can be the perfect everything. And you got to understand that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Definitely a work in progress. Well, I was just going to say it's all about being the work in progress. Was it me?
No, you're good. Yeah, that was. I don't know what's going on. That's all good. Keep going.
What I was just going to kind of mention, kind of for my last thought, was you share advice for rookies and even for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Why was including that part in the book so important to you?
Because to me, I know, like my kids, there's a good chance. I mean, I got a 13-year-old and two 2.5-year-olds. So it's a good chance they're not going to never read this, and that's fine. But it helps me to put for my children, is kind of put the advice out there, because that's the legacy I want to show. That's the legacy I want to leave, with my children. My advice, because I worry about the rookies because they can't come in, want to help them out, give them advice, but I put in there for little snippets, little notes to my children, because I just want to show that side of me, and that's the legacy that I care about.
I love it. I think it's about leaving it better than you found it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to put it, Brian. And we say that in the fire service, and hopefully it's not just a cliche by now. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that people out there truly mean that they want to leave the fire department, or they want to leave the fire station better today than it was yesterday. And, same goes for the future. So, Adam, great. Yep. What?
I just want to add, there's also, I put out a journal. It's also the stepping out journal. It's about 28 days of daily. It's kind of little check-ins. Make sure you kind of step up and step out of, step up for something in your life and step it out of bad habits. Like, what are you doing this week? It has weekly check-ins, it has a monthly check-in, and then there's also a 30-day stepping out challenge at the very end. So it's just kind of a journal that kind of goes along with it if you kind of want to continue the stepping up, stepping out. And I just want to say, one of my most proud segments, and it took a fire truck off my shoulder, is in chapter 2, Brotherhood or Bullshit. I love getting part of that off my chest, because it's brotherhood in the fire department and sisterhood. It's painted with a broad brush, but it is, everybody believes, like, well, you got to be 100% in or you're 100% out. No, because if you paint it that way, 100% in or 100% out, then it's dead. Brotherhood is dead, because there are people that will step on your back, take your story, as I wrote in the book. My story was told, And then the next day it became a joke, and the guy was making fun of my situation and everything. And that was and this guy goes around preaches brotherhood and everything like that. So it's a really good little section. I love to talk shit about the brotherhood. I do, because you got the guys that preach it, but don't live it. That's it. They're a bunch of bullies. And if you preach it and live it, good. I'm happy for that. That's what I want you to do. But there are those guys in there are just straight up bullies.
All right.
Yeah, read that section.
All right, love it. I mean, I was going to say, do you have anything to add, or like kind of finish off with this kind of interview that we did with you? But that's
where can they find it at?
Yeah,
you can find it at Amazon. You can just type it in there, Adam McCoy, or Adam McCoy VA, on there, and it will pop up. Stepping up, stepping out. So we got that and the full regular book and the journal. I don't have the copy of the journal with me.
We did say we're going to hot wash them.
That's
though.
where you find it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Let me do some real quick snail mail, and then we're going to do hot wash. Okay, it's going to be a quick snail mail.
It's snail mail time.
All right, snail mail. All right, then we're going to do a quick hot wash with you, Adam. All right. So really quick, I want to give a shout out to, you guys got to help me out. They follow you on, she follows you on Instagram. Is it Linda Guffey or Goofy? Guffey, I think.
Guffey.
Is it Guffey? Do you know her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Follow you. There's like 4 of us. Which one are you talking about?
She lives near Doug.
I don't know. I can't keep
but
track
she
of all
actually
this stuff.
related
I'm trying
to
to
me.
work. I'm trying to find out where all the snail mail is. And so she said red. So I did a little experiment today, and I just said, if you're reading this right now, make a comment down below that says read. I don't think that anybody reads these captions, because like I always make a caption for all these clips that we make on social media, and I'm like, who actually even reads these? And of course, Kenny said red, and so did Linda. So Linda said it. So I want to give her a shout out. And then I made it to where if you wrote red, it'll pop up and have you subscribe. It sends you a DM to subscribe to our podcast. So it was kind of like a 2-in-1 there.
She's great. I met her at Operation Yellow Tape this past year.
Okay.
And where we're talking at the Operation Yellow Tape, I call it the after hours. We sat at the campfire. Come to find out, we're related.
Okay. Oh, you are? By how? A distant cousin.
Distant cousins, but her family's from the same area that my mom's family's name from. Okay. So it was wild. It was pretty cool.
All right. Very good. So shout out to Linda. And then the last one that I want to do is I reached out to a podcast in Australia. They're Australian firemen.
Yeah, mate.
And mostly because I wanted to reach out because they do a Patreon. And so I wanted to ask them, I'm just going to be fully, bluntly honest here, how it goes for them and what they do for their listeners, and doing some, and they got back to us and they wrote a pretty funny, did anybody see their post? Okay. So they responded to my to our message, and they said, oi lads, how tricks. Okay, I don't even know what that means.
Nerd.
First question. It says, first question, is there a rule with American firemen that they have to have a massive F off trash stash to be a fireman? So basically, like, do you have to have a massive fuck off stash to be a fireman? Sorry, Rhett. We have an American fireman in our Patreon, and he has an outrageous stash. They said tash. Is that Australian? Like for mustache?
Slang. Mm-hmm.
It's slang. Tash.
I was going to say they didn't say stash. Yeah, I was going back to look at it.
Yeah, we call it a stash here, boys. It's a thing of beauty. So, and then they talk about what they do, and but I thought that was kind of funny, and I wanted to to get them into our podcast. And maybe someday, they seem like really nice guys. Maybe we'll do a little collaboration or get them on our pod, or we'll vice versa get on there. So they're the Lads Anonymous podcast. Check them out. And, we'll try to
That could be
do
fun.
a little collaboration with them. So, all right. Very good.
Erner.
Let's do a, okay. Adam, pick a number.
1 and
between what?
no 100. 100.
I don't know. What are we up to? 100.
What did you say?
Freddie, you're
47.
leading this.
47.
You can only keep 3 apps on your phone. Which ones do you keep?
I gotta look at
Easy,
my phone. I don't know. OnlyFans? No. I'll give that one up.
Canva.
No, he can use that. He
Canva.
can use that on his.
Safari? Haha, because you can go Safari, you can do everything on.
Feet Finder.
Yeah. But you can go through the website. So Safari, Instagram, and I'll go with Tower War.
He's a
horrible
Tower War
game.
fan.
But it really just helps my mind. I love it. It's hard,
So
but
she
it's
said.
not too hard where you get frustrated with it.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
All right, another one. Okay, see, 2.
I thought that was 3. You said Safari.
Another number to
You
pick.
said.
Yeah, Instagram.
Oh, sorry.
I like IG. Yeah,
All right. What
2.
number?
number 2.
He said 2.
Thank you,
Not
Douglas.
Freddie's
Do you-
looking at me
do
like
you
he's
prefer cold
lost
weather,
in the woods somewhere.
Meals or warm weather meals?
Warm weather meals. Like a
I
good
like
old
it.
barbecue, buddy.
I like it. Give me one more.
On the grill.
Nice. Do you call it a cookout or a barbecue?
Do I call it which one? Which one I don't call it?
West Coast.
I call it dinner.
Get that out of there.
I call it dinner, bud. Grub.
It's a cookout. It is not a barbecue. Oh, we're going to a barbecue.
Wait a
Cookouts are
minute.
hot
Wait a
dogs
minute.
and
Wait a
hamburgers,
minute.
my
Wait a
guy.
minute.
Okay, whatever.
I'm with Doug.
We go to barbecues up here.
And now that you ain't barbecuing
If-
nothing,
Yes. Barbecue is what you do to a hog.
Not necessarily just a hog,
if you're
but
cooking fucking chicken, Rick, chicken breast and hot dogs and
Yeah.
hamburgers, that's a cookout, brother.
On a barbecue.
You just grill. It's not a fucking
On a
barbecue,
grill.
It's a grill.
Just confirming.
Sorry,
You're cooking.
Rick.
Are you cooking it on a barbecue or not?
You're cooking it on
It's
a grill.
On a grill.
So it's a grill
There's a
out.
difference.
Oh, okay, cool.
confused.
That sounds great. I can't
Okay,
wait to.
Cole.
I can't wait to be
where
at
are
your
you
next.
cooking? You're
can't wait.
cooking it outside, so it's a cook out,
No, that's
not
ridiculous.
a cook in.
No, that's ridiculous. You cook in an easy bake oven. You cook in an oven. I'll
What
see
if
you
you're-
in the next
what if
grill.
you're at the
out,
cook-in?
all right? Good.
see you in June, buddy.
Yeah. What about the cook in? Is that like a fun like little dinner party for your family?
That's called a potluck.
That's called casserole, buddy.
Okay,
Sunday potluck casserole.
See you at the family cook in. All right.
All right, so,
Next
all right.
number.
17.
17.
I think we already know this one for you, but pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Okay. Oh man, these are-
Pineapple on pizza,
Say it
yes
again?
or no? Yes or no?
I'm not a big fan of it, but yes, it belongs to pizza because Don Ho says it does, and he's the Elvis, the
Why is Don Ho?
Polynesian Elvis, buddy. He was the first one to do it. Don Ho, tiny bubbles. He was the Elvis, the Polynesian Elvis, brother.
I can't hear you. You're not next to your mic.
I don't know what was funnier, the fact that Adam's saying or the fact that Doug almost had whatever he was drinking come out of his nose right now.
Bush
That
Light
was
just
hilarious.
almost hit my keyboard.
Pineapple is not on pizza. Sorry.
I feel like we need one more question.
Okay.
Can we
One
do
more.
one more?
California guy,
more.
of all
One more.
people,
One more.
doesn't
I just want
pineapple
one more
on
because
pizza.
I love hearing Adam answer these questions. This is good stuff.
I'll put pineapple on the next pizza out. Okay. Cool.
76.
What is one thing?
6, 7.
What is one thing you think everyone should try at least once?
Pineapple on pizza.
I was going to say something really
I
ugly.
think we all were waiting to see where Adam was going to go with that one.
There's so many avenues we could have went.
If you don't like it, just put ketchup on it.
And Quinn is listening, and we're not going to do that.
Try and look. There's plenty of things that I have tried food-wise, and I've gone like, let's just say pineapple pizza. All right, it's good, but it's just not for me. Somebody else is out there. That's a good product. It's just not for me.
Adam,
there's somebody out there eat it.
You don't believe that?
Pineapple pizza, yeah. So, does it look like I miss a meal? Come on, man. I'll eat whatever.
But it's okay if it's not for you that you can say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not for me, but I know somebody else is going to like it.
You're too nice.
Who says you cannot go against the Don Ho?
I just went to next Friday.
Quick story. So me,
I like how you got that lined up, bitch. I know somebody like it. Miss Pearly. You can shake that one puss on your lip.
We used to go for pizza all the time at work, and a guy would get ham and pineapple, take the pineapple off, and the only reason why he got it was because he couldn't get a ham pizza. So he would say,
"Why the hell can you not get a ham pizza?"
Because he didn't get to buy the slice. And I would always say to him, I was like, "Michael, this makes no sense." And he goes, "Well, if they just give me a ham pizza, it'd be fine." He's like, "But they won't make it." So he'd have this big bowl pile of pineapple up on the plate.
Well,
such is life.
The place I just posted on TikTok, Sergio's, the best pizza in Chesterfield County, maybe even the Richmond area. I don't know. It's phenomenal. They have it's a specialty. Their Detroit is a specialty. And I got the pepperoni trio. It's cut pepperonis, smoked pepperonis, and deli pepperoni. And I was like, can you put banana peppers on it? No, we can't modify our specialty pizzas, but I can bring you a cup on the side. I was like, oh,
that doesn't make
why can't
sense.
You just
unless it's pre-made. Unless it's pre-made before it gets to the restaurant, then I understand.
A couple banana peppers and put them on there.
I like cherry peppers on mine. I like the crushed.
I remember.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Remember Indy with you and that pizza with them cherry peppers?
Oh, the crushed res. Yeah.
Yes. Love it. Let's take Adam back to Indy. Look at him. He's just, oh God.
Does that happen every other place in the world? You know, you go to Italy and you're like, I want a nice flat pizza. And then they're like, hey, I just want some banana pepper. Nope, sir, we can't do that. I don't think so. I don't think that happens.
I don't care. If
my captain is from Sicily, and he told me, he's like, one day I was making a sandwich or whatever. He's like, what kind of sandwich are you eating? I was like, well, it's an American, Italian, with ham, a bunch of meats on it. He goes, that's a sin in Italy. He said, I don't know why y'all call it an Italian. I was like, what do you mean? It's got all the Italian meats. He says, yeah, but when you have a sandwich in Italy, it's one meat. That's it. You don't put two different types of meats on it. I was like, I'm so glad I live here.
And arugula and balsamic glaze.
I was like,
the mortadella.
So
here's our call to action. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
We've already had that call to action. Nobody gives up rats.
What?
Whose doorbell's ringing?
I don't know.
That's my phone. My kid just texted me from the living room.
Hey, Freddy, just hit me with number 89 for fun. 89.
Just 89. Stop with the
number
89. Number 89.
Then we'll be done. I just enjoy this. I'm like, this is a podcast. I actually got to talk more than 5 seconds.
This is actually perfect.
Hey, whose fault is that?
Ideal way to unwind after a long day.
I thought he was going to say, what's your ideal weight?
A Marlboro.
I think so. Yeah, I thought so too.
Looking down the barrel.
Just come
a Marlboro
from a day, like say today. I've been at home all day. Playing Tower Wars on my phone, man.
Tower Wars.
Smoking
this is not an ad for Tower Wars.
Flight game.
Smoking a Marlboro Red. Smoke me a cowboy killer.
Hey, dog.
And which flavor Ghost?
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't drink them at the end of the day. I cut myself off. Usually,
since when?
I usually stop after 6 p.m. That's usually my 10th Ghost. I stop at 6 p.m. so I can go to bed. But when I get the podcast, I'll drink it throughout the podcast. But then I'll go to bed in about 20 minutes and fall asleep. Wait, baby.
All right, somebody wrap this thing up. My goodness.
I want to add this. Today is Monday, December the 8th. It snowed about 6 inches at my house today. It was 5 inches at 5 o'clock, and it was still snowing when we started recording. So I'm sure it's up to 6 inches. I got up this morning, did all my choring, fed all the animals, the horses, the pigs, let the chickens out, all that. Took the trash off, came back to the house. Wife went to the airport to get on a flight to New Orleans or Nashville. Excuse me. She just got on a standby flight in Atlanta because her flight out this morning was delayed. I sat here with the dogs and watched the snow all day. I watched Christmas Vacation, Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Die Hard 1, Die Hard 2. All Christmas movies. If you don't think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, fucking fight me. Sorry, Rhett. All I got to say.
Why not Home Alone 3?
Die Hard 2. Huh?
Why not Home Alone 3?
Because Home Alone 3 is trash.
Okay, I'm just asking. That bird lady from Home Alone 2, she get it.
You didn't ask me to work on a podcast. I was waiting on the podcast all day. That's why I was watching movies.
Shouldn't need to.
What do I need to work on? You're the editor.
Oh my god.
If you need help, ask for
Somebody
help.
end this, please.
Roll it, JJ.
Roll it, GG.
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out the coolfireman.com for more. Thanks!